Hello and welcome to episode 3 of our playthrough of the Cold Waters 2000 South China Sea campaign with the dot mod. In the last episode, we went ahead and performed the Tomahawk land attack missile on the port of Shantou, and then afterwards were ordered to go ahead and insert a SEAL team around the port of Yulin. We went ahead and were able to accomplish both those, managing to, luckily, avoid a minefield around Yulin, around our deployment area. But now we've gone and got our next mission, which is that the Russians are increasing their support for the PRC by sending service units to reinforce the Chinese, which we look like they'll be transiting to the Sea of Japan and deploy to the Paracel Islands. Our orders are to go ahead and intercept these guys. However, our issue being, I really don't think that we have the resources to do that at the moment. We also just got spotted by that recon overflight, which is not great. But we're going to go ahead, head up the west coast of the Philippines, through the Luzon Strait, and back to Guam. Because we need to rearm before we try and take on that Russian fleet. I say fleet, it's probably more like a task force of a few ships. But either way, I want more than just what we have in our torpedoes to take them out. You can see we haven't sunk anything. We do now have 12 days at war and 4 missions accomplished with the SEAL teams, but no change in our overall tonnage. But we will go ahead and rearm. First thing we'll do, take 8 land attack missiles, take 6 anti-ship missiles, 2 Moss, and load up all the rest of our tubes with torpedoes. With that, no damage has been sustained, so nothing to repair. We're full on decoys, don't need to load any spec ops, so after 27 hours in port, we will cast off. Looks like the Russians, I'm going to assume that's the Russians, have gone ahead and made it all the way down to the Paracel Islands. So we'll go ahead and head straight to that area. You can see there's a fleet icon there. Oh! Unfortunately, we were not able to get to it in time. Discouraged, we lost this opportunity against such a high priority target. Any presence in the area will likely hinder trans-Pacific convoys. That's unfortunate. Massive attack. The Chinese strike group operating unopposed in the South China Sea have sunk an undisclosed number of merchant vessels and escorting warships. Not great. Pentagon spokesman admit this strike group poses a major threat to all shipping in the region and that prior efforts to intercept it had failed. Reports indicate that the continuous supply of materials into the region is paramount to the war effort. The loss of materials and ships seriously undermines the U.S. ability to maintain combat operations. Well, it's kind of our fault, but we had to go ahead and rearm. And now, looks like intelligence data is bearing out that China is going to reinforce its invasion force of Hong Kong, and convoy supply ships will be leaving Qingdao soon. We're to intercept and destroy the convoy before the landing of additional troops and materials occurs. Interesting. Alright, so they'll be coming from Qingdao, which is way up north. We're actually going to sail into this area, see if we can run into anything. And we can't. Oh, we can. There we go. Sonars picks up something bearing 27 designated Sierra 1. We'll go ahead, all hands be on battle stations. We've been detected, but we'll immediately make for back emergency.
Make turns for 0 knots. Maneuvering aye.
I can guarantee you, alright, these are both subs, so we'll fire tube 1 bearing 180. Sorry, 080. Fire tube 2 bearing 311.
Con sonar, Sierra 2 is cavitating. Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 1.
Make depth 1800 feet.
Make depth 1800 feet, dive high.
Con sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as submerged submarine.
But we're gonna dive deep, hopefully get under this torpedo weapon sensor. let
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
torpedo 1 get a lock, set it to active.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 027.
Go ahead and set weapon 2 to active. It's going to go after the Romeo. We're still going down in depth. That should be a kill.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 024. Contact breaking up.
And that's a Ming on the bottom. Looks like we do have that torpedo heading over us. Probably in about, ooh, I don't know, that's 600 feet of water? 300 feet? Pretty shallow. Should head over us without any issue, because we are just so far beneath
Sonar
it.
lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 004. Contact breaking up.
Alright, went ahead and sunk the Romeo. We're just going to allow this weapon to pass over.
Con, torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
And once it is officially out of our range, we'll go ahead and leave combat with 2 more enemy submarines sinking to the bottom. That's always what we like to see. 2 more submarines that won't bother us anymore. Still have weapons nearby. Gotta run the time off a little bit more. And still in range, and it just exploded, which means now we can leave. Excellent. Ming and Romeo sunk for about 4,000 tons, gained 15,760 experience, which is great. The other subgroup came and wanted to have a tussle. We've located them at 248, designated 101. But I'm more than happy to have a little bit of fun. So we'll go ahead,
Turns for 0.
set to 0.
Turns for 0.
This is probably another 2 submarine force. Nope, just 1 that we can detect so far. This is definitely a submarine. Yep. Anyways, fire 2-1 bearing 211.
2-1.
Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 2.
That's not great. Make depth 1,800 feet.
Make depth 1800 feet, dive by.
Con sonar,
It's another
Sierra
Ming.
2 is classified as submerged submarine.
We're gonna go ahead and drop in depth though, while our torpedo catches up to this Ming. Set weapon sensor to active.
Con sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as merchant. Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 250.
Looks like our weapon is tracked on. It's too close for a decoy now, and
Con
impact.
sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 247. Contact breaking up.
And that's another enemy submarine on the bottom. We do have those torpedoes nearing us, but again,
Con,
they're
torpedo
so
room,
far
2-1
above
ready.
us, I don't think that they'll be an issue.
Con, dive at 1800
Yeah, they're
feet, dive
super
by.
high above us. But we'll go ahead and run time again. Also, we'll go ahead and turn on
Con sonar,
active
switching to
search.
active search.
Not seeing anything though, so it's probably
Con
just
sonar,
that one
switching
Ming.
to passive search.
Still hear the torpedoes running based off their kind of active sonar pings. Not quite sure. Also, sorry if you see some weird artifacting at the top. I don't know why the game's doing that, but it is. Like that. But anyways, the weapons are gone. We'll leave combat, gain about 8,500 experience, and move on. Still waiting for this convoy from King Dao to be seen. Haven't seen it yet, but it also looks like we've cleared the area out of patrols. And that's our group up here, the cargo ship. Do have a couple of surface groups here, look like they're looking for us. We'll go ahead and posit ourselves right here. See if anyone wants to come mess with us. Someone does! Surface group. We've located 1 surface ship bearing 245 designated Sierra 1. We'll close to, I'll actually stay at 25,000 yards.
Con.
and back emergency.
0.
And now make turns for 0
Make
knots.
turns for 0 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Looks like we have quite the group. We'll go ahead,
Sonar,
get
Sierra
these
5 is
signatures
classified
knocked out.
as submerged submarine.
Luda,
Sonar,
Zhengyu,
Sierra 3
Zhengwei.
is classified as escort. Sonar,
think this is probably a
Sierra
merchant.
6 is classified as merchant.
Yep. Anyways, let's fire off some torpedoes. Gonna shoot them all bearing 201.
Aye, sir. Shoot 22. Aye, sir.
That way we can dogleg all of them.
Aye, sir.
We want them all to run. We have plenty of deep water if we need to dive.
Sonar, Sierra 8 is classified as merchant.
Go ahead and get torpedoes 1 and 2 moved around. Let 3 and 4 run for another little minute here and actually go ahead and get them turned.
Fire control, weapon acquired.
1's grabbed the merchant, which we don't want.
Sonar, launch transient from Sierra 5.
Looks like we got the Luda now. 3 will turn up and then 4 will activate past the merchant. 2 will soon activate. You want to grab that Romeo with 2.
Fire control, weapon acquired.
And it's got it.
Sonar, noisemaker bearing 2, 5.
Turn 1 back
0.
in, get it
Sonar,
to track.
noisemaker bearing 2, 3, 7.
Turn to the... Oop, that's... Nope, we want 1 to turn to the
fire
right.
control, weapon acquired.
Sonar, noisemaker bearing 2, 5.
1's
1.
acquired. Looks like 3's also acquired the same target, which we don't
Sonar,
want.
lost contact. Sierra 5. Last bearing 2, 3, 6. Contact breaking up.
Hit another target. Reload tube 2, fire tube 1, bearing 255.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
We'll go ahead and guide tube 4 up to this
fire
Luda
control,
up
weapon
here.
acquired.
Nope, not the merchant, the Luda.
Torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
And now set the weapon
Sonar,
active.
noisemaker bearing 2, 8, 4. Sonar, noisemaker bearing 2, 8, 3.
That's another kill. We'll run tube 3 up to the Zhengyu. Also dive set depth 1800 feet.
Make depth 1800 feet, dive aye.
Want to go under this
Torpedo
surface
room, tube 4
torpedo.
ready.
3's acquired. We'll go ahead and send it on its active phase.
Sonar, noisemaker bearing 2, 5, 5. Sonar, noisemaker bearing 2, 5, 6. Sonar, lost contact.
Oh, looks like we just
3,
accidentally
last
steered
bearing
that
2,
torpedo
5,
into the ship.
7. Contact breaking
Which
up.
hey, I'm always okay with. That's another ship down. Torpedo 1, which we fired off a while ago.
Fire control, weapon acquired.
Looks like it acquired the merchant, but we're gonna swing it left. Not that other merchant. We went after the Zhengwei. There we go. And now we will go to active.
Sonar, noisemaker bearing 2, 7, 4.
Steer the weapon in.
Fire control, weapon acquired.
And impact.
Sonar, noisemaker bearing 2, 7, 1.
And that's another kill. We'll go ahead and get tube 1 reloaded. And that is us, done. Sunk all 5 ships for 4 ships and a sub, 12,500 tons, also gained about 18,000 experience. That was not our mission objective, however, but they are appreciative of that, and for that we'll be awarded the Naval Commendation Medal. For meritorious service while serving as Commanding Officer USS Seawolf, SSN 21, Commander Archie Park's numerous accomplishments, inspiring leadership, and steadfast devotion to duty are in keeping with the highest traditions of the United States Naval Service. Excellent. Next up, we have our target. We've detected, sonar's got a new contact bearing 346 designated Sierra 1. We'll stay at 25,000 and all hands man battle stations.
Cons.
We've been detected, which ain't
Turns for
great,
0 knots.
but we'll go ahead,
Make
make turns for 0 knots.
Maneuvering
See if we
aye.
can't get some
Con
things
sonar, new
ironed
contact
out.
Bearing 007. Designated Sierra
We've already picked
6.
up 8 contacts. We're gonna let things run, see if we can't get some solutions up though.
Con sonar Sierra
Do have a
1
Zhangyu.
is classified as escort. Con sonar
And a Romeo.
Sierra 8 is classified as submerged
As soon as this
submarine.
dipping sonar goes up,
Con
I'm gonna
sonar
fire off
Sierra 7
2
is
torpedoes.
classified as merchant.
Shoot 2-2. Aye, sir.
Do have a merchant vessel up there.
Con sonar torpedo.
We're
in the
gonna
water,
fire the
torpedo
Moss
in the water,
straight
bearing
north.
2, 6,
Reload.
0.
Set depth to 1800 feet.
Make depth 1800 feet. Dive aye.
Con, torpedo room, tube 5 ready.
Con sonar torpedo in the water, torpedo in the water, bearing 274.
Well, we've been launched on now, so we're gonna go ahead and swing these torpedoes up towards the Romeo and the Zhangyu.
Con sonar Sierra 2 is classified as escort.
Final decoy got it.
Con sonar Sierra 6.
On. The reactor is scrammed.
Ah, crap. Okay, we're gonna have to emergency blow. Because we're gonna have to surface, and this is not gonna be pretty, but we don't have a choice otherwise. And, in fact,
The reactor is scrammed.
we can't
Con,
go
fire
up.
control, weapon acquired.
Weapon is acquired though.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
We'll go and set these two. Once the reactor's up, we're gonna have
1,300 feet.
to just
Reactor is back online.
make turns for 35 knots.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired. Passing 1,300 feet.
Actually, we're gonna go down to 5 knots just to
Make
try and
turns
slow this
for
down a
5
little bit.
knots. Maneuvering aye.
Passing 1,000 feet. Passing 900 feet.
Actually, now we're gonna go to 0
Make
knots.
turns for 0
Because we're still
knots.
going up.
Maneuvering aye.
We're gonna go ahead and fire a torpedo off, bearing 340. This might be the end for us, unfortunately. Fire off a second torpedo, bearing 358.
Shoot 2-3. Aye, sir.
Fire a third torpedo, bearing 021.
Shoot 2-4. Aye, sir.
Con, torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
Get those torpedoes going, hopefully to take out the surface contacts before they can get their guns on us. We are slowly losing a little bit of depth, which is actually good. We'll have to control our depth just by going up and down.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Passing 800 feet. Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Set weapon 1
Passing
active.
700 feet.
Yep. And now we'll go ahead and make turns for 0 knots.
0 knots. Maneuvering aye.
And we're
Con
still
sonar, noisemaker,
rising for the
bearing
moment.
348.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Don't know what one has locked on
Con,
to,
fire control, weapon acquired.
but we don't want both those weapons to hit it.
Passing 600 feet.
Alright, I guess weapon 1's going after something else, so go after the Zhangwei. We'll turn weapon 3 around.
Con sonar, no
Passing 700 feet.
con sonar, noisemaker bearing 359.
Turn weapon 1
Con,
in.
fire
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 3, 5,
And it's a
8.
hit. Weapon 3 needs to turn left as sharply as it
passing
can.
800
That's
feet.
a kill. Weapon 4 is still going to go after the Zhangwei. Looks like we had another weapon explode. We'll go ahead and make turns for 5 knots.
Turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Con, passing 700 feet.
Set weapon 4 to active.
Con sonar.
Passing 600 feet.
Make turns for 0 knots.
Make turns for 0 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Con,
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 0, 1, 9. Con sonar, lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 0, 1, 8. Contact breaking up.
Slowly losing depth, but that's
Con,
okay.
torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
I think we've taken out all the surface vessels, so I do want to go ahead and load torps and
Make
raise
turns for
up.
5 knots. Maneuvering eye.
That
Passing
torpedo is very
400
much
feet.
off the mark. I think we have to, yep, 66.
Con, torpedo room,
passing 300 feet.
We're gonna have to surface here, and there's nothing else we can do about it.
Switching to active search.
We just have to hope
Passing 200 feet.
the helicopter can't do all that much. We are gonna fire, I think it's fired both
Passing
torpedoes.
100 feet.
So it's just the plane and the helicopter. We've surfaced, which means we'll fire off our missiles. Fire tube 3, bearing 353.
2-3. Aye, sir.
Fire tube 4, bearing 005.
2-4. Aye, sir. Damage control parties.
Go ahead and
Into the
start
engine room.
pumping out the water while stuff recharges. Oh! And with that, we had a game crash. We will try to continue. That was interesting. I can't
Con,
say I've ever
torpedo
seen
room,
that
tube
before.
3 ready.
Con sonar, lost contact. Sierra 5, last bearing 3,
But I think this helicopter's gonna come drop depth charges on us. Sure is, and then it's just gonna chill there because it missed. I wish we had a stinger or even a rifle, because we could probably down that thing just by shooting a rifle at it. But we did go ahead, hit 2 of the ships. We'll go ahead and fire off another missile. Fire tube 7 bearing 348.
Turns complete. Ready to dive.
Alright, and the high pressure air banks are recharged, but we're just gonna stay, or actually we'll set depth to 5 to 50.
0 feet. Dive by.
And it's once again another series of depth charges, which you missed and we're a surface target. Okay.
Dive at 5. 0 feet. Dive by.
Looks like the Tomahawk has acquired, and it's going for the Fu
Con
Xing.
sonar, lost contact.
and
Sierra 6, last bearing 3.
That'll be
4,
another
7.
vessel headed to the
Contact
bottom.
breaking up.
Alright, weapons fire tube 7 bearing 353.
Shoot tube 7. Aye, sir.
That'll go after the last troop ship, this Kwangsha. And once we're reloaded, we're gonna have to rig for ultra quiet
Con, torpedo room, tube 7 ready.
Rig shift for ultra quiet.
and set depth to 1200 feet.
Make depth 1, 2, 0, 0 feet. Dive by.
Actually, we might not be able to go that deep. Let's try like 400.
Passing 200 feet.
We hit the Kwangsha. It's going down, but now we have to get out of range of these aircraft, and I don't want to go to a depth to where we're going to start letting water in again. So let's go down to
Make
500.
depth 5, 0, 0 feet. Dive by.
Still no water. Go down to 600.
Make depth 6, 0, 0 feet. Dive by.
Still good. 700.
600 feet.
Still okay. Alright.
Con, dive at
Still
7,
do have
0,
aircraft
0 feet.
nearby,
Dive by.
but we're going to go ahead and run. I think the helicopter might have lost us. It's still trying to find us with a dipping sonar, but we're so quiet we managed to slip away. And seeing 8 sunk ships is something that's always nice to see. Still too close nearby for aircraft. We'll go ahead and pump it up to 10 knots.
Make turns for 1.
Get out of
0
here.
knots. Maneuvering aye.
We'll plot course bearing 067.
Come right to 067. Helm aye.
They found us with another torpedo.
Con, helm.
We'll fire off a
course.
Moss. It'll phase through the submarine and head off to the left. And looks like it's a little too high.
Sonar. Torpedo in the water.
But
Torpedo
now
in the water. Bearing
we
2, 4,
will
8.
head up to like 50 feet.
Make depth.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
And it looks like the weapon is far enough away that it's not going to track us anymore. Still do have weapons and aircraft nearby, however. We're going to rig for
Rig
ultra
shift
silent
required.
again. And go back down to 600 or
Make
700
depth
feet.
700 feet. Dive by.
Helicopter is basically right on top of us with that dipping sonar. We're going to dip down to
Passing
1,000.
600 feet. Make depth 1000 feet. Dive by.
Make sure we don't have any water intake. We do not. Hull integrity is still good. And now we're just going to travel for a bit. See if we can't get away from that helicopter and its dipping sonar.
Dive at 1000
I think it's already
feet.
lost
Dive
us. I believe it has. Yeah, we'll go ahead and plot course heading 001.
Come left to 000. Helm aye. Con, helm. Steady course.
Yeah, it still has our old course. It thinks we're somewhere out to the right, but we're heading north now. And it's gonna start looking for us. See where it pops up next. Still further northeast. If it wants to keep going that direction, that'd be great, but we don't need it to, because we're outside of range, which we will now leave combat. Sunk the entire fleet for about 34,000 tons, and got 66,000 experience. We've also been awarded the Bronze Star, too. Commander Archie Park is cited for extraordinary heroism in action against the enemies of the United States of America on the 16th of October 2000. His unwavering resolve and self-sacrificing devotion to duty in the face of death are worthy of the highest emulation. And Chinese supplies sunk. A spokesperson for U.S. naval operations today revealed that an enemy resupply convoy had been successfully repelled by a naval blockade of Hong Kong, China. The fighting was intense with numerous vessels sunk. The success of recent U.S. naval operations continues to have a significant and lasting impact on the ground war. Initial suggestions that the role of the Navy in this conflict would be limited at best have proven wrong, which is interesting because it's the South China Sea, but who knows. We do go ahead and get our next missions, but that's where we'll go ahead and end it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, hit the like button down below. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos in the future. Hit the notification bell to be notified when those videos come out. Also, leave a comment in the comment section down below. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and bye-bye.